Hello guys, welcome back to Fuji Corner.
Okay, so we're actually in Fuji Corner this time. We're going to be talking about Fujifilm. And Jayrol has another conundrum that he isn't sure of what to do. What is it, Jayrol?
It's 2019 and I'm revamping. It seems like I'm revamping all of my gear. I had an issue at one of my weddings. Actually, it was my last wedding of the year, where my X-T3 kind of pooped out on me, and while I have a backup camera, it was an X Pro 1, that was not a smart choice because that was not powerful enough to
Can you specifically just, because for me, as not a photographer, I don't really understand what you mean by the X Pro 1 wasn't powerful enough.
If you've never shot a wedding, you have to take, you take almost 2,000 to 4,000 photos throughout the whole day, right? Could you imagine using the X Pro 1 for 3,000 photos continuously?
I guess I've never done it, so I don't know why it would be bad. I'm sure it would be immediately obvious if I did it.
It's just a very, very slow camera. Everything about it is very, very slow. Just how long
EVF
it is slow. Yeah, you take a photo. There's still a little bit of lag in between frames. You can't during a wedding day. It's like, you gotta move. There's no time to be like, hold on one second, guys. My card is filling up here. Hold on, it's writing to the card. Okay. Here we go, guys. Here we go.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. That's more enlightening for sure.
Yeah, and it just, I don't know, the body style is not the same as the X-T2, and going from a DSLR style to rangefinder, like not using it in that setting, it's just foreign, and it's something that
so the X Pro 1's more of like an enthusiast camera, right? You're gonna
it's
just
more
have a little bit
it's just
of
like a
fun.
street photography. Like I know people use it for weddings. Well, X Pro 2, nobody uses it. No one shoots an X Pro 1 ever. It'd be like telling you to go shoot a video with the Mark II right now. Like, go shoot this bit. Like, you can do it, right? But it's gonna be kind of a pain in the ass.
It would be fine. Mark II's not that bad.
Compared to your X-H1, I don't know, man. You would probably see it.
I did a whole video with it.
How long ago?
Beginning of the year.
Okay. I
don't know.
I would love to.
I'm not as averse to it as you are to the X Pro 1. So I think
I would love to see the difference in quality and just how much more cumbersome it is compared to your X-H1.
No doubt the quality would look like shit compared to the X-H1. So that I'm not disagreeing with. I just mean like ease of able to do it. Like, you hit record and it goes.
It's not the same it's not the same as photos, obviously.
Not at all, I don't think.
Because it's just recording.
Usability wise.
Yeah. I don't know.
Right.
You don't have your X Pro 1 anymore, but it's just like, it's not on the same level as the X-T2 in terms of how shit goes down at wedding photography.
The X Pro 1 was annoying with the autofocus. It just wouldn't work if it was like a little bit dark.
Think about that.
I know, right?
You're popping off shots and you're like, is it hitting focus? Maybe.
Well, I was just doing manual focus because I was just doing it for fun.
That's even worse. Yeah, I would never survive.
Worse.
Anyway, so that happened. Whatever. I have to get a backup camera. My X-T2 is going to officially be my backup camera. Now, the question is,
what's number one?
I think it's about a $400 difference would be to go ahead and get an X-T3, or you go the budget route in terms of money, not in terms of quality, really, X-H1.
Yeah.
So obviously for everyone that is in the same boat, if you don't know who we are journalists, and we do video and photo. So the work is hybrid, especially for me. I think between the two of us, I think between the two of us, a lot of my professional work is photography. A lot of my personal work is photography. And then the video is, I wouldn't say it's not second anymore. Like, it is getting more and more so, but it does play a big part now. So it's not just saying, hey, I need a really good camera and something with okay video.
Well, different between me and you is like so we went to Tijuana recently, and I was looking through. I took like 20 pictures.
Like in totality, yeah.
In total, of the whole weekend I was
not
there,
even
and I
keepers.
Yeah.
So that's a big difference. I obviously took, I much less than I would have if I wasn't doing video, obviously. But I probably had like 150 keepers throughout the weekend.
Yeah. I mean, I had 20. So yeah.
So for everyone, if you don't know the difference, the question would be, well, X-T3 is new. Why would you even consider X-H1? So
let's talk about
everybody.
what does the X-T3 have that you would use? Because I know that it has a lot of things that I don't know that you would use.
Okay.
It's like the continuous autofocus. Do you use that?
Well, it would be good for this, what we're doing right now, right?
Yeah, but I mean like photography-wise, like for weddings.
Oh, photography. For weddings, for just photography in general, any better autofocus is just that's just more keepers, regardless of what you're talking about. You know what I mean?
But do you use that continuous where it's like following targets?
Oh, like following them?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I use it. I will use it in situations that I need it to be used, but the phase detection autofocus is faster in regardless of if you're using continuous or single or any of that stuff.
Right.
Now, as far as actually using continuous, no, I'm not a sports photographer. I don't need, like, at a wedding, no. But you use it for somebody walking down the aisle. Maybe you use it during dances,
Okay. Well, what else? What is enticing about the X-T3 for you?
Okay, so 4K 60p, obviously. Eterna. I think because it's newer, it's going to last longer. Just cause.
That's probably for sure, except for the things that are missing, right?
Right, but the only thing that is missing is IBIS, right? So other than IBIS, I think in terms of a camera, in terms of what it is now, it'd be like you spend the $400 now, and then you're not worried about having an outdated camera again. And like the whole thing with, I think, what is the time rate right now? 2 years? Every 2 years a new one comes out. So
I don't know. Yeah,
so if you don't get it when it comes out, which is like kind of what I did with the X-T2, it was like 6 or 8 months, and then I've only had this for a year and a half. You're not getting the most out of it.
Yeah.
That to me is big. And then it's got small things. USB-C. You won't need a grip with this one. It's got the headphone jack. It's got all the stuff just on the small camera. I wouldn't even get a grip anymore. Comes in silver.
Yeah, why would you even get the grip for this?
I don't know.
The battery life?
Yeah. And some people, I mean, it makes the actual grip bigger. So, for someone like you who has, those large,
big hands,
chubby hands, and like, it just makes, and some people like the grip, it's got portrait mode. So if you shoot a lot of portraits, turning it to portrait mode without like twisting your hand, for some people that's a big deal.
Okay.
I think.
All right. Well,
I think those are the things. It's got the it's got the USB-C in the camera. I think that me.
What's that good for?
I don't know if they've flushed it out now, but I was just like thinking earlier, like plugging it into the monitor, or like using external stuff for it. You can obviously, they said you can charge it with a power bank. I don't know why you would ever do that. Maybe a dire situation, all you have is a power bank left, and you
can do that with this one too. But.
Oh, you can. But USB-C, obviously USB-C is just it's the speed.
Faster,
the speed of it is again like future proofing the camera, right?
Right.
Yeah, and then other than that, obviously, the X-T3, the body of it is it's not smaller in terms of like maybe like specs wise, but when you hold it, it's much tinier than the X-H1. That's cold hard truth too, and
That's true. It's way smaller.
it's way small. Like when you put them next to each other, it doesn't seem like it, but when you're actually holding it and shooting it, it is like so much tinier.
The moment I grab your XT2, it just feels like tiny.
Yeah, it's just it's a baby camera, and like
it's little. Yeah, it's very little.
For photojournalism, again, like for me, and like I love bringing my camera everywhere. It's more enticing to bring a camera. Not saying that if I had an X-H1, I don't know, if I had X-H1, X-T2 next to each other, and I'm like, I'm just gonna do photos, I probably would grab the X-T2, right? So,
yeah, I mean, I honestly wish I had. This is why I kind of want to get a XE3,
right?
Because I want a smaller camera for when I'm just going to go out and do photos.
Yeah.
I do want it to have the ability to do video, though, because I always want to have that ability in my pocket.
It does video. It's got the same everything.
I'm just saying. That's why it has to be the XE3.
Yeah,
it can't be the
right.
XE2.
Oh,
the XE2's video sucks.
No. XE2 is garbage, bro. It's garbage.
Right. So I would need to get the XT3. But anyway, I understand that feeling. The X-H1 is literally so that you are shooting hybrid, but half and half. Like straight up, you have to be shooting half and half.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. No. Agreed. And that's okay. So that's the X-H1. The only reason I would pick that over the X-T3, literally the only reason is IBIS, and the IBIS,
and that is a good reason.
And the IBIS is that powerful.
IBIS is amazing.
And
we will get into this later, but with this new fresh update, it's even better, dude.
Yeah, did you try it?
Dude, it is so. It used to do that little thing where, like, when you're panning, it'll like jerk a little bit. Mm-hmm. You know,
it's gone.
Doesn't do that anymore.
Fujifilm's amazing, man.
They fixed it for free. So I don't know. I feel like IBIS is worth it. I mean,
and that's the whole thing.
But that's
personally. Like it is worth it. But
you can just do this and not worry about that little bit of jitter, and you can like move the camera a little bit. I mean, you're not going to do like a running shot, although you could.
Right.
But I just love the ability that I don't have to worry about this thing going and the jitter being in the shot.
Yeah, it adds that smoothness without having to fucking.
And it's really just like you said. It's like with the autofocus. It's like, oh, you're just getting that many more hits. Like you're just getting that many more clips that you can use when you're going in the editing and you look at it and there's a bump and you can't use that bump. That you've just lost that shot. Now you have to find another one, and it's like so. I don't know. It's just more good shots, I guess. But it is really the only thing that the X-T3 doesn't have.
It's the only thing. And
now, what is it that the what would be the thing that the X-H1 doesn't have that you have to get the X-T3 for? Like. What would you miss if you got the X-H1?
I think the size. I think that's the.
But you have the X-T3.
No, you have the X-T2. Right. So if we're talking about me, then it would be you specifically. It would be the idea of I already have just one. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, X-T2, X-T3. What should I bring? If I have the X-T3, it's like, guess what I'm bringing? No matter what. No matter, hands down. No questions asked, X-T3 all the way for every single thing possible. And I'm not a double camera guy. A lot of people that shoot photos and stuff, they do 2 cameras. Maybe I would consider if I had it. I doubt it. I just think it's too much. And it's not that much more. So I'm still up in the air. I don't really know. I mean, what about like buy the X-T3, sell the X-T2, get an X-H1 and X-T3.
I mean, that's not a bad idea. I tell you, sure. If I shot photos and I could right now for $500 more than I was already willing to spend, get both the cameras I want.
Straight up.
So that just doesn't exist for me, right?
Yeah.
Because like, if I'm going to get a second camera, it's going to either be the X-T3, which is like what, $700?
Yeah, I think you can get it for $500 if you looked hard enough on Craigslist, dude. Oh yeah.
Really? I mean, maybe I'll do that. But like, really, what I'd want is like, I have the Red. I would like an in between the Red and the X-H1 camera, and I don't know what that camera doesn't exist.
Right, what would that be? What would be
It'd be like either a Red Scarlet or what is smaller than the Red?
Nothing, dude. That's the in between.
But worth upgrading from this.
Probably.
There's like
Probably
nothing.
nothing. That's it. So the
Ursa Mini,
XH2.
but the Ursa Mini's still pretty big.
XH2.
Right. So that doesn't exist for me. But if for you can literally get the two cameras you want for only $500 more than you were already going to spend to get the new camera that you need to get.
Right.
That's amazing.
It's pretty ridiculous.
I mean, that's a good investment.
I think it is. And again, that would be something to consider too. Like, maybe that is the route. Maybe I don't get the XH1 right now, but just as soon as we start making some money, man, we can start making these decisions. Because it's right now, it's like I'm thinking about gear, and it's like we need to sell something too, and I haven't worked a photo gig in a couple weeks here.
I don't know. Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, do you get the gear ahead of time, or do you wait till you're making the money to get the gear? I don't know what the right move there is. Yeah,
but I don't know. Let's hear what other people think. Are you an XH1 shooter? Are you pissed about the X-T3 coming out with the new sensor, the new everything, and all? It only came out a year after your X-H1, a little less than a year.
I'm in that category. I mean, I was a little mad, so it's annoying. But
it is a big gap from IBIS to not IBIS, so it's not completely. Yeah,
it's huge. And what am I missing? Really, video wise, all I'm missing is 120 frames at 4K.
Boom.
That's it. 10-bit, but the 10-bit's not internal, right?
Yes.
It's just
I think
when you do
I'm pretty sure the camera does everything without anything.
Can you confirm that? I don't think it does 10-bit internal.
Let's double check.
I don't think it does. If it does, that is crazy, but I don't know that it does.
Internal 400 megabits, all intra, 10-bit 420.
420. Huh?
You hear that, Mike? Or you hear that, folks? Mike just went. Whew. That means he was impressed by what he just heard.
I mean, the GH5 can do that, so. But here's the thing. That is good. I don't need 10-bit.
But again,
like
it's future proofing, right? You're buying a camera that will outlast your money just a little bit.
Right, but that doesn't even apply to me because I need IBIS. I have to have IBIS. I have to have IBIS at this point.
Have to though?
It's I cannot.
But you've lived your entire life without it.
Yeah, but think about what we just shot in Tijuana. We wouldn't be able to shoot that way. I wouldn't have been able to run around with that. I mean,
my footage is okay.
Like we did.
It works.
I would have needed a shoulder.
That's true.
Mount.
That's true.
I mean, yeah, some of your footage is good, but honestly, like, are there as many usable clips as there are?
I haven't looked, but probably more.
Maybe there are. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I just generally when I shoot, I worry less about the shot being stable, which is number one. I used to have Sony, and I would be like, half of my thought process was like, how do I keep this thing stable?
I'm just playing devil's advocate. I am on board with IBIS. I think if you have it,
I
you have to have it.
And that's good.
You have to. It's
I'm saying now it's like this video going forward.
Yeah, there's no point.
Like
there's
cinematography,
no there's
a little
no
bit
point
different.
of not having it.
Videography, I have to have it. It just makes your life so much easier, and it makes the shots look
Agreed.
so much better.
Totally agree.
I mean, cinema. You're shooting a movie. I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
you're gonna have all that fucking. You're gonna have a dolly. You're gonna have a fucking
bullshit.
crane. Like who cares? But
Yeah, let's hear what you guys have to say. I want to see. Can people sway me? Do I need to spend an extra $400 on the X-T3? Maybe not. Just go for X-T2, X-H1, and then when the next shit comes out, I'm like way behind. I'm like, all right, now these two cameras are worth nothing, and then I have. So
it's not worth
never
nothing.
ending.
I mean, at that point, here's my pitch. At that point, hopefully, we're at the point where we need a second camera, both of us. So the X-H1, when I get the X-T2, I'm going to keep the X-H1, which is the first time I'm going to do that. I used to.
No, I've never kept any of my cameras either, and to me, the X-T2 doesn't seem to have any value. It's like you can get one for $700, and to me, that's like, well, I'm not going to give it up for $700. That's like, what?
Right, exactly. I sold my Sony A7S because people are morons for like the same price I got the X-H1, but that's not going to happen when the X-H2 comes out. So I'm going to keep this as my B cam, which is great.
That's the dilemma, and I think a lot of people who are in that same predicament probably have the same qualms. So let us know.
My vote is keep it. Keep it and get the X-H1.
Mike says to go for IBIS.
Upgrade that video quality.
I think I might be in the other boat only because I love my X-T2 so much.
I just can't. We on the laptops and on this, we just can't agree.
Yeah, me and Mike are on. That is true. We're on separate ends.
We're on the
but that's okay.
opposite ends
That's why
of
it works
both of
out.
them. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's not a bad choice.
Right.
I just feel like IBIS is insane, and I love it. So that's the only thing.
Okay. Bye, boys.
All right.
Tell us what you think. Oh, and girls.
Yeah.
Hopefully, girls.
And also, hey, thumbs up. Thumbs up if you liked it, please. Thumbs down if you didn't.
Comments, guys.
And if you didn't or did, comment, because we always reply. Look at all of our other videos. We always reply to the comments. So put a comment.
We want to talk.
And I will reply, or Jayrol will reply. We want to talk. We like talking.
Okay.
Talk shit. I'll talk shit back.
Thank you.
All right, bye.